Hey everybody, it's Ben in Beta, and I have some great news. I was able to turn my deposit into a vehicle allocation at Toyota of Colorado Springs, so I'm really excited about that. I just wanted to talk to you today a little bit about what vehicle it is we're actually going to be getting, and maybe the time frame of that as well. Also want to talk a little bit about the decision process on the specific vehicle that we chose. Recently, Tim at Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk had created a forum, and I joined that as one of the first members. There's a couple hundred maybe now at this point. And I've really enjoyed that forum very much. I recommend it if you're into vehicles at all, especially trucks and SUVs. Lots of good conversation going on there with many good people. And it's not kind of overrun like some of the other forums are. So I actually really like this forum a lot. And Tim is on the forums every day. He reads all the posts. He makes comments to most of them, to be honest with you, and he's done a really good job with that. So Tim is a journalist. He's been in the game of vehicles for the last like 14, 15 years. So he knows his stuff, and he gets to see a lot of things. And I've gotten a chance to ask him a lot of different questions, and he's helped me kind of make some decisions along with the other people that are part of this forum. I recommend if you're thinking about making a purchase, or you're thinking about making modifications to a vehicle, or you just have questions in general about the automotive industry, check out the Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk forums. And you'll find both Tim and Jill are great there. But one of the main things that I've been wondering about since Toyota announced the Tacoma was the stabilizer disconnect mechanism. At first, I thought the stabilizer disconnect mechanism was a fantastic feature, and it's something I had to have in my vehicle. But I saw it in practice a little bit at the first drive event, and I was just kind of thinking, do I need this thing or not? So I posted in the forums, and many people replied, including Tim, on whether or not stabilizer disconnect mechanism is something that you really need to have. And basically, I came to the conclusion that it's a nice to have feature, but not a must have. Based upon that and the fact that it's a $1,230 option, and it seems like the vehicles that have that option are just not really coming out right now or being held up in QC, quality control, for those of you who don't know what that means, I just decided maybe I don't need that feature. And then what that means for Misty and I is we get to get our truck a little bit more quickly, which is great. And then the other thing I was thinking about was color. I really wanted the bronze oxide color, and I think it is a great color. I don't actually think you can go wrong with any of the colors on the Toyotas, but I wasn't really sure. So I had started looking at the underground color. I even went to the Toyota dealership and checked out some of the 4Runners that have underground on them. And the color is really cool. One thing about the underground that I wasn't so sure about and I got to see in person was fingerprints. That color is a fingerprint magnet. I saw it on some of the videos where people were touching the vehicle and also at the dealership. Like anywhere you touch, you're gonna leave fingerprints on that paint. And that's not necessarily a big deal, but it would probably bother me a little bit. And then I also noticed that at the auto shows especially, there was a lot of sort of swirl marks in the paint. And so I figured it was going to be kind of hard to upkeep, and it probably is going to scratch really easy. So underground kind of fell off for me as a color. I think the bronze oxide green color would probably have less problems with that. My current vehicle is green. So I also wanted something different for this next one. It just so happened that Toyota of Colorado Springs had a 24 Tacoma off-road premium package in celestial silver. We've had a few silver cars in the past, and we really like them. They're actually pretty good looking, especially when you add a lot of black to them. And it just so happens that this vehicle is going to be coming with the black accents on the emblems and on the tailgate. So I think that's going to look really good. In general, we had a lot less problems with showing dirt and scratches on our silver vehicles in the past, so I'm hoping that'll be helpful there too. But I'm pretty excited about that color. I think it's going to be pretty good. So now let's dive into the vehicle that I'm going to be getting and when I might be getting it. So as I said, this is a celestial silver. It comes with a few different option packages. Now, one thing about Toyota is you just kind of have to choose from what's allocated, and you can wait and wait and wait and hope that eventually a vehicle with no options whatsoever is going to come out and you're going to be able to grab that one. But I haven't seen a ton of them with very few options or no options, and a lot of them coming to this area seem to have tons of options, including the Predator side steps, which I do not want. It's a $700 option. I'm gonna just take off the vehicle, and then I'll probably try to sell those and just lose a bunch of money on. So that's something I don't want, but a lot of them in the Denver area seem to have that. This one, however, does not, and it does have some things that I'm actually kind of interested in. So one is the spray-on bed liner. I know the Toyota, you don't need the spray-on bed liner because it's a composite bed, but because we're gonna be doing a lot of overlanding with this vehicle, I don't want stuff just kind of sliding around all the time in the back of the truck, and that'll be helpful for that. I'm also hoping it might help with a little bit of the stiffness of the bed, We're going to be putting in obviously some bed stiffeners as well to make sure that we can carry all the weight for the rooftop tent and all the other things that we're going to be putting on the vehicle. And maybe it'll help with that, maybe not. But at least things won't be sliding around so easy. So that'll be nice. Then, of course, you got those amazing mud guards. Got to have those. I'll be taking those off more than likely, but that's not too expensive of an option, so I'm not too worried about that. Next, we have the emblem overlays in black. So we're gonna get the side Tacoma things are gonna be in black. The Tacoma along the back of the vehicle is gonna be in black as well. And against the silver, that's gonna look really, really good. So I was okay with those options too. And then lastly, we ended up with some door panel scuff protectors. I don't know if I'm gonna want those or not, probably not, but whatever, they were on the vehicle. And that's actually similar to a lot of other manufacturers. Once they're shipped, they ship with a bunch of floor mats or roof racks or whatever that you may or may not want. The total amount of the options wasn't horrible, so I was okay with this, and we're still getting that premium package, which is the most important piece here. And I'm pretty excited about the fact that we're gonna be getting this vehicle within the next about 2 months or so. Toyota on the website is estimating somewhere between the 3rd and the 8th of March for delivery, and that would be amazing. That is my birthday month, so that's kind of cool too. Things are starting to ship supposedly, so we'll see what happens, but I'm kind of glad that we maybe didn't wait for the stabilizer disconnect mechanism and pay the extra money for that, because more than likely those other accessories still would have been on top of that and made it even more expensive than it already is. So anyway, I'm really excited to start this build once we get this truck. So I'm thinking about doing a series of videos with this Tacoma, definitely initial impressions, interior, exterior ride quality, overall features of the vehicle, and just trying to keep them kind of short with maybe just one overview video in the beginning. I'll be doing the update videos over time, and then obviously we have the overlanding build out as well. And that's gonna take a little bit of time because, we're just buying a truck now and that's expensive enough. But even before we get everything, we will be taking the vehicle out to do some overlanding once the weather gets nice. It's only like 25 degrees today. So it's not overlanding weather, for at least for me yet. Maybe one day we'll be able to camp in weather like this because we'll have all the items we need for something like that. But we'll wait till the weather turns good. In the meantime, there'll be plenty of content in and around that Tacoma between now and then. I'm excited for the truck. I think doing a lot of research into what you need or don't need is important, and I'm not saying the stabilizer disconnect mechanism isn't a great feature. I'm sure it would be helpful in certain situations, but the previous generation of the Tacoma and many others haven't had that feature, and they've gone off-road just fine and done overlanding just fine as well. So I think that, again, it was a great feature, but I think we can live without it. So anyway, thanks for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and live your life in beta. We'll see you next time.